The shocking Riverhell, the Galactic Council hall floated in silence, a massive ring of light and metal hanging in open space. Inside the hall, dozens of alien leaders sat in their seats, each one different in shape, size, and color. This was the highest place of power in the galaxy, where wars were stopped and civilizations were judged. On this day, the topic was simple: humanity. Humans were a young species. They came from a small blue planet near an unstable star. Most council members believed humans were weak, emotional, and dangerous in careless ways. A tall, insect-like counselor spoke first. Humans fight among themselves. They burn their own world. They are not ready for power. Many members agreed. Soft lights flashed around the chamber as votes were prepared. Then, without warning, every light in the hall dimmed. A deep alarm echoed through the council ring. Not loud, but heavy, like the sound of space itself holding its breath. Sensors across the station screamed with new data. An object had appeared at the edge of the system. No jump signature was detected. No known drive pattern matched it. Council technicians rushed to their stations. Screens filled with red symbols and error messages. Scans failed again and again. Energy readings climbed beyond known limits. "What is that?" one council member whispered. The main screen adjusted. Stars shifted aside. And then the image locked. Something enormous floated in the darkness. At first, many thought it was a moon. Then they saw it move. The object was long and wide, covered in dark armor plates. Glowing lines of blue light ran across its surface like veins. Massive weapon ports lined its sides, silent but awake. This was not a station. This was not a fleet. This was a single ship. The council chamber fell completely silent. No one spoke. No one moved. The ship continued forward at a slow, controlled speed, as if it was not worried about threats, as if nothing in this system could harm it. Scan officers tried again, and again the systems failed. Some devices shut down to protect themselves. Others simply went dark. One elder counselor finally found his voice. "This mass," he said slowly, "is impossible." The ship was larger than any warship ever recorded, larger than the pride fleets of ancient empires, larger than weapons once used to break stars. A symbol appeared on the side of the vessel, simple, clear, and human, a circle, crossed by lines, marked with a single word, Titan. Fear spread through the council like a silent wave. Several species had legends about Titan gods, beings of war and judgment. Then, a final data line appeared on the screen. Origin confirmed. Species, human. The room froze. This was not possible. Humans did not build ships like this. Humans were not supposed to have this level of power. Outside the station, the ship stopped, perfectly aligned with the council hall. Its weapons remained inactive, but its presence alone felt like pressure on the mind. Seconds passed, then minutes. The ship did nothing. No attack, no message. And that silence was worse than any threat, because it felt controlled, measured, intentional. Some council members tried to stand. Their bodies refused to move. Others tried to speak. Their voices failed them. They all understood one terrible truth. If this ship wanted them gone, the council would already be dust. Finally, a soft signal reached the station. Not a weapon lock, not a demand. A simple request for communication. The screen shifted once more, and every member knew this moment would change the galaxy forever. The fear of the Council, the Galactic Council, remained frozen as the massive human ship waited outside. No engines flared, no weapons charged, yet fear filled the hall like thick smoke. Council scanners worked without rest. Teams pushed their systems beyond safe limits. They needed answers. They needed control. A reptilian commander growled in anger. "Scan it again." The order echoed through the control deck. Energy waves hit the ship, then vanished, as if the vessel swallowed them without effort. Data screens turned blank. One by one, the reports came in. Armor density unknown. Shield layers unreadable. Power core output beyond measurement. A small avian counselor trembled. "This ship carries enough energy to erase fleets," no one argued. Ancient races in the chamber remembered old wars. They remembered weapons that cracked planets. They remembered fear. This ship was worse. The council leader raised a shaking hand. "Where is the human fleet?" he asked. Silence followed. Technicians searched nearby space. No escorts, no hidden wings, only the single Titan-class vessel. That fact terrified them more than 1,000 ships, because it meant confidence. It meant certainty. A feline diplomat whispered. "They came alone." The words felt wrong. Dangerous military advisors argued among themselves. Some demanded a preemptive strike, others begged for restraint. Weapons platforms slowly powered up around the station, but even as targeting systems locked on, no firing solution appeared. The Titan ship sat beyond their reach, calm and unmoving. The Council archives opened automatic. Old records flashed across the main screen. Every mention of humanity was reviewed. Wars, failures, survival stories. Humans were stubborn. They adapted. They refused to die quietly. Still, no record explained this. No record warned of Titans. No record prepared them for this level of power. The silence outside grew heavier. Some council members felt watched, not hunted, judged. A senior war strategist spoke slowly. If this ship attacks, we lose everything. The truth settled like ice in every mind. Another councillor replied, if it does not attack, we must ask why. Time stretched. Moments felt endless. Fear mixed with confusion. Suddenly, a small escort craft detached from the Titan. It did not rush forward. It moved with careful precision. Weapons remained offline. Council defense systems reacted instantly. Alarms rose again, but the craft stopped at a respectful distance. A signal followed. Clear, simple, translated instantly by Council systems. It was not a threat. It was not a command. It was a greeting. I am Commander Elias Grant of the United Human Defense Fleet. My ship is designated Titan class. I request peaceful communication. The voice was calm, controlled, human. Shock rippled through the chamber. This was no war cry, no demand for surrender. The council leader swallowed hard. They could destroy us, he said quietly. Yet they asked to speak. Fear remained, but now something else joined it. Uncertainty. Outside, the Titan-class ship waited, unmoving, unthreatening, yet unstoppable. And inside the council hall, every species understood one thing clearly. Humanity had not come to beg. They had come to be seen. Humanity, SBA cast. The council chamber remained silent as the human transmission echoed through the hall. Every alien leader watched the central screen, waiting for something aggressive, something dangerous. But the image that appeared was simple. A human stood alone on the screen, wearing a dark uniform with no heavy symbols. His posture was straight, his face calm. He did not raise his voice. He did not show anger. My name is Commander Elias Grant, he said. I speak for humanity. No threats followed. No demands. The council leader finally answered. State your purpose. The commander nodded slightly. We did not come for war. We came because this council was discussing our future without us. Murmurs spread across the chamber. Some members looked away. Others leaned forward. You fear what you do not understand. The human continued. We understand fear. He paused, letting the silence work. This ship, he said, is not here to threaten you. It is here to remind you. Council members shifted uneasily. Reminder of what? They wondered. Commander Grant continued. You see power and think of destruction. We see responsibility. The screen shifted briefly, showing the Titan-class vessel from a distance. Small human ships moved around it like sparks. This is one ship, the commander said. One guardian. Shock rippled through the council. One ship. We do not show our strength to rule, he said. We show it so no one needs to. A senior councillor spoke sharply. How many more like this exist? The commander did not smile. He did not hesitate. Enough, he answered. That single word struck harder than any weapon. No numbers, no limits. The commander's voice softened. Humanity learned long ago. We survived a harsh world. We survived ourselves. Images appeared. Storms, wars, ruined cities. Then rebuilding, hands reaching for help. We do not want your fear, Grant said. We want understanding. The council leader studied the human carefully. And if we refuse, he asked. The commander met his gaze. Then we leave, and we protect our own. The meaning was clear. Humanity did not need approval, but they offered respect. We will not be ruled, Grant continued. And we will not rule you, but we will stand between this galaxy and those who wish to burn it. Silence followed. Not fearful this time, thoughtful. Many council members realized something uncomfortable. This was not a threat. It was a promise. The commander gave a final nod. We await your response. The screen faded. The Titan-class ship remained, watching, waiting, and in the council hall. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy listened to humanity. The truth about HMANS. The council chamber stayed quiet after the human signal ended. No one rushed to speak. No one argued. The Titan-class ship still floated outside, silent, steady, like a wall against the dark. The council leader finally broke the silence. "Show us their history," he said. Ancient archives opened. Human records streamed across the screen. Not censored, not polished. The council saw Earth, a small blue world, shaken by storms, burned by fire, broken by war. They saw humans fighting each other, making mistakes, destroying their own cities. Some council members nodded. "This proves they are dangerous," one said, but the images did not stop. The screen showed humans rebuilding, pulling survivors from ruins, sharing food, standing back up. Plagues came, humans adapted. Climate changed, humans endured. An elder counselor leaned forward. "They should have collapsed," he whispered. Instead, the images showed unity, nations falling, then new alliances forming. Humans learned from pain, they learned from loss. The council saw the first space stations, rough and fragile, held together by hope and risk. They saw human colonies attacked by pirates, human ships burned, human worlds threatened. And then, they saw the Titans, not built quickly, not built for pride, built slowly, built after loss. The records showed the reason. A distant human colony erased. No warning, no mercy. Silence filled the hall again. A council historian spoke softly. "These ships were not born from conquest. They were born from fear." The screen shifted, showing Titan-class ships standing between colonies and danger, never attacking first, always responding last. Humans did not expand fast. They fortified, they protected. "We learned a hard lesson." Commander Grant's voice played from an old recording. "Peace without strength is hope. Strength without restraint is ruin." The council members watched as humans rescued alien ships, protected trade routes, stopped silent threats in deep space. They never claimed territory. They never demanded worship. A reptilian counselor lowered his head. "They are not conquerors," he admitted. Another replied quietly, "They are guardians." Outside, the Titan-class ship adjusted its position slightly. Not aggressive, just present. The council leader closed the archives, his voice heavy with understanding. "Humans were not born powerful," he said. "They were shaped by survival." For the first time, fear faded. In its place stood respect. The council's decision, the council chamber felt different now. The fear that once filled the air had faded. In its place stood careful respect. Outside, the Titan-class ship remained still. No weapons active. No movement meant to threaten, only presence. The council leader rose slowly. All eyes turned toward him. Every species waited. "For the first time," he said, "we have judged a species too quickly." Soft lights pulsed around the chamber. Not for voting, but for agreement. Humanity does not seek control. The leader continued. They seek safety, and in doing so, they offer safety to others. A message was prepared, carefully worded, sent across the void. The human commander appeared once more on the screen. Still calm, still steady, Commander Grant. The council leader said, "The Galactic Council recognizes humanity as an equal power." A pause followed, then more words, heavier than the rest. "We ask humanity to stand with us, as guardians of shared space." Murmurs spread through the hall. This had never been offered before, not to any species. The human commander listened, then nodded once. "We accept," he said. "On one condition." The council stiffened. "We protect," Grant continued, "but we do not rule. We stand watch, we do not command." The council leader lowered his head slightly. "Agreed," he replied. Outside, the Titan-class ship powered its engines. Not to attack, not to flee, it turned slowly, graceful for something so massive. Council sensors detected movement across human space. Other Titan-class signals, distant, watching. The realization settled quietly. Humanity had always been there, guarding the dark, unseen. The council records updated automatically. A new line added to galactic law. Humanity, protector-class species. As the Titan ship prepared to jump away, alien leaders stood from their seats, one by one, not in fear, but in respect. The human commander gave a final message. "Sleep peacefully," he said. "We are watching." Light bent around the Titan-class vessel. Space folded, and the ship vanished. The council chamber remained silent, but this silence felt safe. From that day forward, no world stood alone. No shadow went unwatched. Because when the galaxy first met humanity's titans, it learned a simple truth. The most powerful guardians do not shout, they stand. The galaxy after Titan's time passed across the stars. Years for some species, moments for others. The galaxy changed quietly. Trade routes grew safer. Pirate signals vanished. Unknown threats faded before reaching civilized space. No banners announced humanity's work. No monuments were built, but everywhere, sensors detected the same thing. Titan-class shadows at the edge of danger. When border wars began between old rivals, a single human signal appeared. Not a threat, not an order, just presence. And the wars ended before the first shot. Young civilizations slept easier, because something watched the dark for them. Council historians rewrote their records, not with shame, but with clarity. They wrote of a species that survived fire, learned restraint, and turned fear into duty. Children across the galaxy learned a new lesson. Power did not always roar. Sometimes it waited. Far from the council hall, Commander Grant stood on the bridge of the Titan-class ship. Stars stretched before him. Another quiet patrol, another night of watching. He looked at the endless dark and spoke softly. Not today. And the galaxy continued to live, unbroken, unburned, because when humanity reached the stars, they did not become kings, they became guardians.